coming your way from AT Park on AT&T Sportsnet. Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco Giants. The Buccos beat the Giants last night, 10-3 final, so they're keeping pace. Still very much within striking distance of the top spot in the National League Central Division. The Pirates have won 13 of their last 17 ball games. This is game 5 of the 9-game trip. Greg Brown along with Bob Walken, Robbie, and Spakowski. And Bob, really good to see the Pirates bounce back last night after they lost the last 2 games in Denver. Really get right back up there for the fight and again win 10-3.
Oh, I agree. I really like the fact that the offense had such a great night last night after sputtering in Denver, which was a little unexpected. And the big leaders of the offense, Kutch, I mean, did you see where that pitch was? That was an off-speed pitch down and away, and he was able to pull it out of here over that 382 sign. So that was nice to see. And also, how about Josh Bell? That laser beam that he hit off the fence out in right field, I was surprised this didn't knock out a few bricks.
And, you know, you're looking at the top 2 RBI guys now in the Pirates lineup. The number 3 man, Andrew McCutchen, the cleanup hitter, the rookie, Josh Bell. And this is what they have done in July. Our barrel leaders, Andrew McCutchen just continues the hot pace. And Josh Bell, if it weren't for Cody Bellinger, we'd be talking about him being the leading Rookie of the Year candidate.
Boy, and he's not giving up. He's putting on a big push. I mean, you still have to at least talk about him when you look at the kind of numbers he's putting up right now.
Pirates and the San Francisco Giants ready to play ball, and they're going to oppose Madison Bumgarner. He's going to make his 3rd start since coming off the disabled list. When we come back here, we'll talk Mad Bum on the bump. Bucks and Giants are coming up. Pirates, Giants. Game 2 of this 3-game series. We'll give you those lineups before too long. Madison Bumgarner. It's been a long time since Bumgarner has been on the mound on a regular basis because of that dirt bike accident that kept him out about 3 months. This will be only his 3rd start since coming off the DL, and Thursday against the Padres suffered the loss.
And because of that, Greg, we're not real sure what we're going to see from Bumgarner this evening. Will it be that dominant type pitcher that we're used to over the years, or will be something a little less than that. We're hoping a little less. But even if he is that dominant guy, you can see the numbers at the bottom of the screen there. We've been able to get some wins off of him, but he doesn't give up many runs. And we certainly remember that from that wild card game.
Yeah, when he gave up no runs, the 4-hit shutout in 2014 as the Giants came into Pittsburgh and blanked the Bucks, and then he went on that historic postseason run, did Bumgarner, capping it off with the World Series win over the Royals. But the Giants have been struggling in a lot of departments, including their starters this season. This is where the starters rank.
Yeah, I mean, those are the numbers that really tell the story of the Giants and why their overall record is so poor this year. They're just not getting the efforts, or maybe the effort they're getting, but they're not getting the results out of their starting pitching that you need to be a winning team.
Another guy that spent some time on the disabled list this year, Jameson Taillon, the rookie, on the hill for the Bucks, making his 14th start. We'll talk J-Mo from San Fran coming up next. Francisco AT Park for the Pirates and the Giants. Bucks have won 7 in a row in this ballpark, 12 of their last 15, and they have rookie Jameson Taillon on the hill.
Well, Taillon has been pitching extremely well when you look at his ERA, that's for sure. 260 in his last 5 starts, 231 on the road this year. The thing that we need him to do tonight, or I want to see him do, minimum of 6 innings out there on the mound at that fine ERA. And if he does that, then we should come away with a W.
Jameson Taillon, not a rookie, but a right-hander, and you see this will be his 2nd start of his career against the Giants. Madison Bumgarner making his way in from the bullpen. We'll go back to the studio for a game break and Rob King. getting set to lead things off for the Pirates here in San Francisco, as the Bucks will send Marte to the plate to lead things off in our RAV4 starting lineup. Josh Harrison next, then Andrew McCutchen. David Freese is 4 for 10 in his career against Madison Bumgarner. Josh Bell will follow. Jose Osuna gets the start in right field. Francisco Cervelli, Jordy Mercer, Jamison Tyone the starting 9 for the 50-50 Pittsburgh Pirates, facing the 0-4 Madison Bumgarner, his 7th start overall.
There you see the Mad Bum's numbers. Just 6 games. Not really throwing the ball with the normal velocity that we've seen in the past as of yet. See what kind of fastball he has tonight as he heats up.
Bumgarner's 3rd start since returning from the disabled list. That dirt bike accident took place April the 20th, an off day for the Giants in Denver. Left shoulder AC sprain. Check out the Honda defense behind Madison Bumgarner. Let's see. Nunez, the 3rd baseman, Crawford in short with Panic and Belt on the right side of the infield. Dorcas Hernandez, Denard Span, Hunter Pence in the outfield, left to right, and Buster Posey behind the plate. Eduardo Nunez, a key error last night. Pirates took full advantage. The 3rd baseman dropped a ground ball hit by Starling Marte. Buster Posey, Gold Glover last year, ended that run of Gold Gloves that Yadier Molina had. And a first pitch strike. Home plate umpire is Jerry Meals, the crew chief. Ron Kolpa at first, Ed Hickox at second base, and Chris Conroy is at 3rd. Third base umpire tonight, Chris Conroy, was behind the plate last night, and he heard it from both sides. Players offensively weren't real happy at the plate. Pitchers weren't real happy, and a high pop on the right side. And Brandon Belt. Starling Marte was a 1 for 4, scored a couple of runs last night and drove in a run. Bruce Bochy had an early exit. He got the heave-ho in the 2nd inning after the McCutchen home run. He had been barking at Chris Conroy, and he came out and he was tossed.
It was really nice. The Pirates offense really didn't wait around, got off to a good start in a hurry.
Harrison doesn't wait around. First pitch swinging. Jay Hay, 2 for 5 last night with a couple of runs scored and an RBI.
You would like to see the same thing in this ball game. Play with a lead right off the bat. That ball jumped off the bat toward the gap.
Well, Jay Hay had that little mini slump after the All-Star break.
It kind of started like leading up in the All-Star break. Where were we, in Philadelphia?
I believe
Just
that's where it
before
started.
Lasted about maybe 3 series.
And now
ball on check swing.
Andrew McCutchen. 1 for 5 with that home run, his 2nd time to the plate. He had 4 RBIs his first 2 times up against Matt Cain. This will be out of play. Oh, 0-2. Bumgarner will turn 27 years old on Tuesday. From Hickory, North Carolina, 1st round pick in 2007, the 10th overall choice that year by the Giants. And this ball hit well toward left field, but at the track, the catch made by Hernandez.
Kutch might have got that off the end of the bat just a little bit. The ball was away from him. Good pitch to hit, though. It elevated.
Rivers Casino tips to win as David Freese steps in.
Well, I would like to see Freese stay on that throttle, give it a good twist. He's got good numbers of late. He's got great numbers here in this ballpark. And as you said, against Baumgartner, also good numbers. Marte's not on the base paths, but he's come out really being aggressive and doing a lot of good work out there, stealing bases. I think he's got 4 steals in his last 4 games. If Marte gets on base a couple of times, I'd like to see him take off and push the issue a little bit. Keep that traction going.
Throttle, traction.
Yeah, you don't want to spin your wheels.
Spin
you got to have
wheels.
good traction.
The theme. Baumgartner again returning third start since going on the DL after falling off the dirt bike. Freese has a 6-game hitting streak. 2 for 4 with a walk last night, hitting .385 on this road trip. He and Jay both have good career numbers against Baumgartner. And Harrison adds to that with that 1-out single. And this ball cracked towards center field. Span will make the catch. And the Bucks leave a base runner against Baumgartner. Here comes J-Mo. Pirates do not score in the top half. Boy, you think all the way from Evansburg, you might have put a little more effort into the sign, but
you got to go what you got, I guess. It's yellow.
Oh, wow.
Black and yellow.
Wow. What do you want, a cookie? Denard Span will lead things off. Then it's Eduardo Nunez and Brandon Belt. Buster Posey hits cleanup. 29th multi-hit game for the All-Star catcher last night. Brandon Crawford at short with Hunter Pence in right. Joe Panik, Dorquez Hernandez, and Madison Bumgarner for the Giants.
Tyone's numbers, everything in pretty darn good shape.
Last time out, 5 1/3 innings against the Brewers. 116 pitches. I know I heard you talking before the game about the idea for these starters to try and put these guys away when you get ahead.
I talked about this with Bray back on Sunday on his radio show for
Ray Searage.
Yeah, for the radio pregame, and you know, it's getting to be kind of a theme where you're seeing a lot of, as always, they're getting out in front of guys. They're being very aggressive early. That's what Ray loves. But then after that, you're seeing 7, 8 pitch at bats because you're going from 1 and 2 to 3 and 2. And a lot of it, I'm not saying, who knows what every single instance is about, because you know, you don't know what the game situation is when you look back. But there are some times where you know, you're trying for that strikeout,
when maybe the game situation kind of calls maybe just for some soft contact, a little pop fly, you know, go after the hitter. In other words, if it's early in the game and you got a big lead, try to get some quick outs.
Relatively quick there. Span's been a pain to the Pirates, so that was good to get him out.
Be like Nova.
Yeah.
And that's basically it in a nutshell.
Defense behind Jameson Taillon, Mr. Steady at shortstop. Jordy Mercer, his double play partner Josh Harrison on the corners. It's Freeze and Bell. Jose Osuna gets the start in right. Andrew McCutchen and Starling Marte, the other outfielders. There is Jose Osuna and Francisco Cervelli catching Taillon.
The Garrett Cole was a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I don't want to pick on Garrett. I mean, he pitched a good, solid game yesterday, and there's a nice quick out right there, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But he had a big lead early on. The Pirates scored 6 runs in the first couple innings, and it still took him 115 pitches to get through 6 innings with a 6-0 lead early. And I don't know. I'm holding these guys, I think, to a higher standard maybe than a everyday mediocre type pitcher, because these are studs. These guys are stars.
So maybe add a third tip to win. Don't use all the fuel in your tank the first.
Early on, yeah. Back
3 or 4 innings.
Back off that throttle a little bit.
Matt Cain, the loser last night, he wasn't happy with Chris Conroy, the home plate umpire.
They shifted at higher gear a little on the early side. Looky here, this is a nice. What do we got? 7 pitches.
What'd you say about being efficient?
Beautifully. Now that's what we're talking about.
Sportsnet is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, the largest health system rated #1 in the region for all the things that matter most. And by Kenny Ross Subaru, total confidence pricing. Let's go Bucks!
Josh Bell leads things off. Takes the strike from Bumgarner. 0-0 as we move to the second. Bell had a 3-hit game last night. Oh, 0-2. Little 5-game hitting streak for him, and hitting .474 on this trip. Never faced Bumgarner. So these are lessons. You face a veteran lefty like Bumgarner that Have to kind of put in his memory bank.
First lesson didn't go too well.
One away as he strikes out looking.
Threw that cutter in on his hands. And then on the 0-2 pitch, he threw it on the outside corner.
Jose Osuna pinch hit single last night. And again, another opportunity here for a rookie facing Bumgarner for the first time.
Elevated a fastball. You're curious if he'll try the exact same thing. He follows the same pattern that he did on Bell. He'll throw that cutter on his hands here. Nope, they're going to go away, it looks like. Change up, perhaps.
Josh Harrison had a one-out single. Very good career numbers against Bumgarner. Talking about it right now, isn't he?
Talking about where to look for the ball,
yeah.
looks like.
Where it comes out of his hand.
Yep.
Pick out a spot.
See the batter's eye back there, still about half in sun, the very top of it.
And that's a fair ball. Jose Osuna rips it past third. So he is into second base, standing with a one-out double.
Well, that might have been the cutter, and he just didn't get it in there far enough. Maybe Osuna kind of went to school on Bell's at bat. Saw him get tied up and thought, well, that's not going to happen to me. It was not on the inside corner, but still on the inside half of the plate. He was able to get to it quickly enough to. The head of the bat is out there and hit it hard inside that bat. That's a nice job of hitting.
Osuna.
I'll bet you because he's standing there on deck and he's watching that Bell at bat. He saw him get tied up inside.
And now Francisco Cervelli. 1 for 4 with a walk last night. Trying to give the Pirates a second inning lead. You saw the scoreboard, no doubt. Brewers shutting out the Nationals. Cubs beat the White Sox earlier today. Cervelli checking in with Jerry Meals.
I don't know if he's checking in. I think he's saying there's no way that's a strike.
Ball and a strike on Cervelli. Robbie's guest on Twitter Tuesday. Great questions for Cervelli. That passion shines through every night, and you can see it right now. He's still not happy with Jerry Meals, but has to walk that fine line as the catcher.
He wants that pitch when he's behind home plate. He wants that called. So it is kind of a.
Well, he's still not happy at all. Really, really fuming right now. Cervelli.
And when I was pitching, I always hated it when the catcher was hitting and he get into a discussion with the umpire. I'm just like, don't get him mad at you. Careful what you say.
Yeah, Cervelli oftentimes will do that and then put it behind him, and you can still, it's still, he's stewing. And now you're really unhappy. He chased upstairs, which you don't see much from Cervelli either. That really got him out of his game, that at bat.
Bumgarner didn't really throw all that hard, so kind of if he's going to get a swing and a miss on the fastball, most of the time it's got to be out of the strike zone and probably up. And that's what he got there.
Intentional walk to Jordy Mercer. With Jamison Tyone just 1 for 20 at the plate. Mercer.
Taillon's weak spot in his game.
Yeah. Mercer had a big 3-run homer, 8th inning, to put the game away last night. Drove in 3. And the out goes to first. Nunez to Belt. Pirates leave a couple.
Bay Area, Francisco Cervelli, strikeout, not happy with everything. I'm Robbie, it's Mikowski. Cervelli not happy with everything the first inning and a half, but he was tonight's guest on Twitter Tuesday, and the first question he was asked came from Mark, and asked on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident is he in the relationship advice he gives at PNC Park?
Always confident. I know what I'm talking about. I know.
What brings that confidence?
I don't know. It just things comes in my mind and I say it. That's it.
Greg, you've seen PNC Park from day one. That might possibly be the most popular segment that exists. I think everybody stops what they're doing, including the Pirates dugout. I see it every night just to see what Francisco Cervelli has to say in terms of the relationship advice and obviously everything that just comes off the top of his head. It's quite entertaining.
Love that answer too there, Robbie. There's a line drive to center field, a base hit for Buster Posey.
I wonder if that's how he calls the game.
Whatever comes through his mind.
Yeah, just whatever comes
into
into
his
mind.
mind.
Curveball.
Yeah. But confident.
Put it down confidently, yeah.
And talking to Jerry Meals again. Not laughing now. Brandon Crawford comes to the plate.
He likes to have fun.
Crawford a couple of hits last night. Drove in his 51st run of the year. Robbie is right, though, about that feature. Cervelli giving
the
advice.
The whole layout is great, too.
Smoking robe, the
yeah,
rose
the
and the lapel.
Everything's perfect.
And then the scoreboard crew does the little Jay Hay show with the marionette, and Cervelli was his guest recently, and little Jay Hay had the smoking robe and the rose.
Yes.
Scoreboard crew led by Matt Zidek won some awards over the All-Star break, and Cervelli still chatting with Meals here. The 6-year anniversary of that Jerry Meals game in Atlanta is tomorrow. 2-1 on Crawford, the 19-inning game down in Atlanta. Michael McHenry tagging the Braves runner at the plate, and Jerry Mills called him safe. So now 3-1. Last shot, don't know whether a little blister there for Tyone.
Something there. What is it? Didn't look right. Tip of his finger. Almost looked like a blood blister or something.
In the right, and a base hit. Puts runners at first and second.
Well, that was a ball that I think more often than not you're going to get a double play ball on that pitch. You know, you have the hitter, he's ahead in the count, he's going to try and pull you, and you put a fastball away from him. And a lot of times he'll roll over and put that to the second baseman. But Crawford did a good job getting down underneath it and lifting it.
And now Hunter Pence. Oh for 3 with a walk in last night's ball game. Zion hoping to get a ground ball to an infielder. Pence has hit into only 4 double plays, however. Buster Posey, by comparison, has hit into 10. Leadoff single for the 2012 most valuable player, Buster Posey. And Hunter Pence tries to give the Giants a second inning lead. A strike to the 34-year-old veteran.
A couple times in yesterday's game, he really gave a lot of ground on some of Cole's breaking balls. He would back up, and then the ball would curl in for a strike. Oh, that's a perfect pitch.
2-2.
Right there. There it is again. Did that look like he stepped in the bucket on that breaking ball? I mean, look at it. Everything's going out toward the left field foul pole. And barely able to keep the bat close enough to where he could foul it off.
Bell gonna throw the ball into left field, and it's 1-0.
They showed some nice hands on the pick catching this ball, but from there on it all went south.
Bell just was caught into thinking maybe I shouldn't throw it.
I'm thinking he didn't have a good grip on it. And if that was the case, he needed to pull the ball back down and try to hit Tyone at first base, if that's the case.
ball and a strike on Joe Panik. And now Tyone does not get that call. And Cervelli saying something to Jerry Meals again.
It's right there. You got to get that one. The other one was one that you sometimes get, sometimes don't.
In the air to center, McCutchen will. Well, he like was thinking about throwing it to third, and
changed his mind.
Yeah, that was almost a mistake.
Well, the second base was absolutely the right place to throw that ball to. And you got to keep the double play in order. And if he tries to throw that one all the way to third from way back there.
See, that's a great shot there. It looked as though he's kind of caught in between. He maybe thought about third for a moment, then changed his mind, and then whoop.
Turned out okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did right there. He's saying I was going to throw the ball to third, then change my mind.
Realized I shouldn't throw to third.
Yeah, almost didn't get it to second.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he didn't, but Pence couldn't tell that.
Yorkis Hernandez tries to bunt and fouls it into the seats.
Like he was trying to push that ball toward Bell.
Hernandez 1 for 3 with a walk last night. The 29-year-old from Venezuela was originally signed by the Tigers back in 2005. Went to the Braves in the Edgar Renteria deal in December of 2007. The Pirates got him in a trade involving Nate McLouth.
Always had a reputation of being an excellent defensive outfielder.
When the Pirates got him, I remember what the Tigers were talking about when he was in Atlanta after they traded him to the Braves with Jair Jurgens to get Renteria, that they had given up a top-notch center fielder they thought down the road would be a leadoff hitter and a center fielder for years. Chopped toward Freeze, and that's a foul ball. And probably better that it was foul, because they weren't going to get two, and
might not have got
might
one.
not have gotten, yeah.
I mean,
even Hernandez
the
might
play would have had to come home, I think.
Looked like it. That might have been a break for the Pirates. 2-2. Madison Bumgarner, no ordinary pitcher at the plate.
Well, he can hit.
Pence takes off, and a throw from the knees and safe at second base. Ball dropped. And Pence picks up his second steal.
You know, I think if Pence would have been running out there all by himself, Jay would have left that tag on him, and they might have got an out call because I think it came off the bat. But Jay has to be concerned with the runner at third.
Oh, that's why he dropped the ball. He went back to reach for a second
see.
tag.
Yeah, I thought that he looked toward third, but he didn't. He was just showing that he had caught the ball. I thought he was looking around over his shoulder, but he didn't do that.
Now it's 3-2 on Hernandez.
Well, he should have left the tag on him.
Yeah. And this is going to score a run. 2-0.
Yeah, Greg, those tag plays have really been changed with the replay coming along. Guys were always taught to quick tag, get the glove down and out of there as quick as you can. You know, everything just a kind of a blur, and if the ball beat the runner, you'd always get that out call. Now you're better off just laying the glove on the runner and leaving it on him the entire way, almost until you hear timeout.
Yeah.
Never take it off of him, because if he comes off even a quarter of an inch, the camera's going to catch him and you're going to get an out call.
You see Bumgarner's 2 for 12 this season at the plate, and those 2 hits, home runs, giving him 16 for his career.
Hit those 2 home runs very early in the season.
Yep.
First 2 at bats he had this year, he hit the home runs.
One and two. Leadoff hits from Posey and Crawford, and then the bouncer to Josh Bell. He threw the ball away. That brought in a run. A ground out. And the strikeout of Bumgarner. So Tyone limited the damage, not all his fault. Giants have a 2-0 lead. A little bit of Eternal Boy will be our featured performer this week on Friday Night Rocks. Pirates will be taking on the Padres. Hear more from Eternal Boy and some of the best bands in the Berg on Friday Night Rocks, presented by IC Light. 2-0 on the UPMC scoreboard, heading to the third. Starling Marte led off the ball game with a pop-up against Madison Bumgarner. Yeah, that young man. Let's go Bucks. Thumbs up.
Sitting way out there in the left field stands, huh? Or right field, excuse me. There he is, right at that little thin strip on top of the wall. You can look over his shoulder and see McCovey Cove.
Great ballpark.
Yes, it is.
2-1 on Marte. Has himself a little 4-game hitting streak.
I think one of the things you need to do if you do come out to this ballpark is make sure you get upstairs a little bit. Take a look at this view. San Francisco Bay all out in front of you. If you're right down on field level, you can't obviously see that, but up here where we are, it is just gorgeous.
Full count. Marte shaking his head a bit. And plenty of Pirate fans on hand.
There's a bunch of them in town. See them walking around with the Pirate gear on. This has been a popular road trip, I think, for fans to follow the team. Denver, Frisco, I'm sure San Diego is going to have its share of black and gold.
Well, Marte swung at a pitch that was in, takes a pitch that was away, and a called third strike.
There you see that there was only one pitch the entire at bat that was actually in the strike zone.
Jerry Meals tonight. Last night, Chris Conroy behind the plate.
You need to answer here, Greg. Don't let this guy get in a rhythm.
Nunez a little snow cone and then picks it up and throws late. He had it in his glove and then dropped it. Nunez had the error last night that led to the Pirates' 4-run second. And so he is charged with his 9th error of the season.
Yeah, that ball was right in the middle of his glove. He had it easy. And then as he was pulling it out, I don't know, maybe a little nonchalant, thinking, okay, I've already done the hard part. I mean, he just dropped it out of his bare hand.
Matt Cain was on the mound last night. Those 4 runs were unearned. It gave the Pirates a 6-0 lead. And now McCutchen hit a ball to the warning track and left his first time up. Just a 158 career hitter against Bumgarner.
Been a while since we've seen Jay take off for second, right? Tough to get a jump on that delivery home. Real quick slide step.
2-1 count now. Two balls, 2 strikes on Andrew McCutchen. 3 hits and 17 career at bats against Bumgarner. An interesting matchup because of Bumgarner's dominance over some of these players, including McCutchen. But Bumgarner, is he back to mid-season form? This is his 3rd start since spending 3 months on the DL. And into center for Span.
Getting some lazy flyouts.
Going to bring up David Freese. We invite you to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Charlie Brown when the Pirates take on the Reds Thursday, August 3rd at PNC Park, 7:05 game. Purchase this exclusive ticket package at pirates.com/peanuts and get a commemorative Charlie Brown bobblehead, all decked out in Pirates gear. It's Thursday, August 3rd, 7:05. Go to pirates.com/peanuts.
If I get one of those, Greg, would you have your brother sign it for me?
I would be happy
Autograph
to.
it.
I think it's going to be much like you and Steve over the years, and you've had your bobbleheads.
Charlie will be downstairs.
High demand. Yeah.
Signing.
Yeah. Freeze toward right. Pence is over, and it's over his head. But Karem's right back to him, so the Pirates will not get a run out of it. A double for Freeze.
You know, I don't know if that was a great job by Pence or just kind of luck, because that ball could hit so many different surfaces out there. You don't really know what kind of a bounce you're going to get. But that one just came right to him. Obviously, he's been out there an awful lot, but
Boy, any other kind of bounce and
Yeah.
Harrison scores, but it was
I mean, if it hit like
right there.
the chain link in
Yep.
front of one of those little archways, it would have hit soft. He would have had to then go to the edge of the right up to the wall and get it. If it would have hit like the edge of one of those, it would have bounced, you know, maybe 90 degrees one way or another. It is a crazy right field wall here.
See if Josh Bell didn't learn anything from that first at bat. You know, he's dying to deliver here after that miscue. And he's in the hole 0-2. Bounced right toward our camera location down there. 0-2 on Josh Bell. Struck out looking in the second.
Yeah, when on an 0-2 pitch, that they backdoored a little cutter on him, started just off the plate a little bit and nipped the outside corner. See if they try and do the same thing. Nope, they changed it around on him. Almost total opposite of what they did last 0-2 pitch. Now they're going to go back outside. That was it. That was the strikeout pitch, exactly in the same spot that he took for strike 3 last time. Fouled it off, gets to see another one. See what Posey wants to do here, making him wait.
And lifted to right for Pence. Pirates have stranded 5 through the first 3 innings and trailed 2-0. The bottom of the third, James Taillon gave up 2 runs, 1 earned in the second at UPMC scoreboard. Span bounced out to Josh Bell, leading off the bottom of the first. "33-year-old veteran Denard Span in the second year of a 3-year free agent contract he signed. Former first-round pick of the Twins back in 2003. And into right, Josh Harrison has had a handful of the plays just like that, where he lays out, sometimes gets a piece of it as he did just there, and is frustrated that he's not able to come up with a sensational play to get an out.
Just off the tip of the glove. The ball was hit pretty firmly also. He didn't have much time to take too many steps before he dove for that. He plays so hard, all out, all the time.
He expects to get an out anytime anything is close to him. He expects to never make an out. Here's Eduardo Nunez talking about frustrated. He was awfully frustrated after committing that error in the top of this inning. He bounced out in the first.
Very frustrated after he hits into this double play.
This is after that last out was recorded. He comes back into the dugout. He's going to take that bat.
Nobody put their watch into those towels or
Or cell phone.
Yeah. It's good that he hit the towels, though. They would have messed up the wood bench.
Yeah. Won't be happy with himself with that swing.
No.
Nunez.
Good curveball here. Nunez way out in front.
Nunez was originally signed by the Yankees, spent some time in New York, went on to the Twins, and was dealt last year to San Francisco. Frank Wren, Boston Red Sox Vice President of Player Personnel, is on hand, reportedly scouting Nunez, among others, perhaps. The Red Sox are in need of a third baseman. 2-2. And it's going to be runners at first and second. That didn't sound good.
Well, it doesn't look good, the reaction. I mean, that's the worst thing.
I mean, if that didn't hit his elbow guard, it sounded.
If it
It
hit
sounded like it hit, you know, like
if it hit the back of his hand.
Didn't it sound like it hit like the like an elbow guard? Maybe the funny bone.
Oh, it did. It hit right on top of it. Well, for me, that's real good news. If that hit the back of his hand, that's always dangerous. I figured that's what it hit, the way he reacted. What would have happened if he hadn't been wearing that elbow guard? Testing it a little bit there. See, he's got strength.
Yeah, it's some.
I've never seen anybody.
At some point, don't you have to make a decision here?
I've never seen anybody get hurt when they've been hitting one of those
That's
guards.
why you have one of those, right?
Yeah. But I don't. Unless we really. Looks like Bochy's telling him, hey, we got to decide. He's going to tough it out.
First and second, nobody out. That is unbelievable. It takes that long. I don't get it.
Well, if he hadn't had that elbow guard, if he actually,
well, of course,
took it on,
well, yeah,
on his body,
yeah,
then I would say, well, yeah, that
obviously.
But I don't get it with the guard.
Well, Brandon Belt 2 on and nobody out. And one of the things about Nunez too, if you look at his career, puts up some pretty decent numbers, but keeping him on the field has been tough. And now he's kind of kidding around. And that was a breaking ball, and he's fine. Pop up, foul territory, freeze with some room. Belt is the first out of this third inning. And Taillon will face Buster Posey for a second time.
Belt.
He's been frustrated this year.
Not happy.
Brandon Belt with just 3 hits over his last 27 at bats now, 3 for 25. Runners take off. Cervelli guns to third, but in the dirt, and a double steal.
With 1 out, that is no bueno. If it would have been a better throw, I think they would have had a shot, but it was in foul territory and bouncing in. It's not good enough.
Well, they're waiting to see if the Pirates want to challenge. They are going to challenge. Kevin Roach, the Pirates video coordinator in the clubhouse, tells Pirates bench coach Tom Prince that it is definitely worth a challenge.
This is exactly what we were talking about.
What you were saying about keeping the glove on there.
I don't know. Right there, I didn't see anything. Did you see something there?
Nope.
Well, there must be something, or they wouldn't have challenged it. Okay, we're going to get a look at the Allegheny Health Super Bowl. Okay, he's on the bag there. There's the tag. Did the first foot come off before his shin of his other leg hit the bag? And was the glove touching him the whole time? That's what they're going to look at frame by frame. I don't see his foot off on the.
It's certainly not definitive there.
No, I don't see his foot being off on that shot.
We've talked about this before, that it was that game in Atlanta 6 years ago tomorrow with Jerry Meals at home plate. Game ended in 19 innings with a 4-3 Pirates loss that kind of put the wheels in motion for where we are now. The Armando Galarraga near perfect game.
Yeah, we got a little bit of that.
For the Tigers was also
different angle here.
A big play in replay.
We can see some. Couldn't see it. I thought maybe the foot would be high enough that we could see some daylight as it went over the top of the bag, but couldn't really see it there. Now, right as the heel comes off the bag, right there, as he touched the bag with his maybe the right toe, the instep of that right foot, is that touching the bag?
And the answer is safe. Pirates lose the challenge. Francisco Cervelli reacts. Call stands.
Really nothing where you could, I think, overturn it. There was some, I could see why you would question it, but I don't think the umpires could overturn the call.
Now the middle infield is back. David Freese a couple steps back as well at third. With one out, Buster Posey. Chance to give them at least a 3-0 lead. Tyone really trying to buckle down and find a way to get this very, very tough out. Buster Posey came in 6th in the league in hitting at .321. He's the 4th toughest man to strike out in the National League. Close pitch. Wow. Tyone doesn't get that call.
Against a guy that's as good as Posey. Well, you're not going to get that call because where it was caught. That might have been a strike when it crossed the plate, but not where it was caught.
Ball hit in the air to right center field, and this is trouble. This will score 1. And Posey into second base with a double. A little inexperience there from Osuna. In right, 3-0.
What was Nunez doing? I know he was doing. Thank goodness with one out he was tagging up so he could get to second with 2 outs. Good job by Posey. Went down and got a low pitch. Drives it out there a little bit. You can see Nunez in the bottom of the shot there. If he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, he would have scored on that. There he goes back to tag at second base. No reason to do that. If that ball's caught, he's going to tag and get to third with 2 outs. Who cares? But if he's playing halfway, maybe even a little further than halfway, if it's caught, he goes back to second. If it drops in like it did, then he can score. So hopefully we caught a break on that.
They intentionally walk Crawford to set up the bases loaded situation for Pence. And he pops it up, and the infield fly will be called.
Drop
So
it, see if they
automatically
run.
out. Yeah. Well, we've talked about this before, Bob. I mean, we just talked about Nunez at the base running. It wouldn't be a shock at all if he had started to run.
Hey, just bobble it, let it fall on your feet, and see if somebody takes off. Doesn't matter. I mean, the hitter's out, so I mean, what difference does it make? Drop the
Might
ball.
get 2.
See if you get the third out. See if you get somebody that
You might get a guy who was tagging from second with 1 out to try and score.
Yeah, good.
Joe Panic. Strike one. Panic, the 7th man to hit in the inning. It started with the Span base hit to right, and then Nunez hit by the pitch. One ball, one strike. Tyone had that 7-pitch first inning. The second inning lasted longer than it should have because an out was not recorded. And again, Nunez going to be tested. And this is going to hit the gap, and this will score 3. Jose Osuna not able to make the catch on the ball into the gap. Nunez, Posey, Crawford score on the Panic triple.
That's kind of like where we were in Denver. Every time somebody hit a gap, it was 3 bases. That's how right center is here. If nobody can cut that ball off, if it goes all the way to the wall, and there's no chance of doing anything but get it in and hopefully can hold the runner to 3. 421 feet to that deep corner. This is definitely one of Tyone's roughest starts.
Ray Searage out to talk to him.
He's definitely getting toughed around.
Five of the 6 runs earned. Not like these balls are, well, that was a hard hit ball, but the Posey fly ball could have been caught. Went for a double. But that is part of the inexperience of Jose Osuna. Clint Hurdle talked about it before the game. First baseman who's trying to do what he can as a corner outfielder.
Fans didn't like that. Just a breaking ball. Another one. Curveball, the hitter, it looks like it's coming at him.
By the way, the grid, the strike zone just a little bit off in terms of
the window pane.
So yeah, the window pane. So that's why sometimes we might not show these pitches. Not fair to the umpires if those are off a bit. Those grids. 6-3 on the putout, but 4 in. 6-0 Giants.
Rav 4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
6-zip Giants head to the 4th. MLB.TV every night. Every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live, plus get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. 6 runs, 5 earned against Tyone.
Tables have been turned from yesterday. This is what the Giants were looking at. Giving up 6 early runs. At one point, didn't they get the tying run up to the plate, or at least the on deck circle, like the 8th inning or something like that? Just
the Giants?
Yeah, it was right before Mercer's home run, kind of put that to rest. But they did make
that was with Watson,
one little push there. 7th or 8th inning.
7th inning was 6-2. They scored a run to make it 6-3.
They had guys on base still, something like that. I know I was starting to feel a little uncomfortable because we hadn't added on, but then, as I said, Mercer took care of the adding on. Jordy now with 43 RBIs. And most of the time he hits with the pitcher behind him. It's usually not an easy place to get RBIs. You're being pitched carefully or pitched around.
Osuna, Cervelli, Mercer here in the 4th.
He's ready to get up there.
Osuna lines it to right, and Pence is there.
He got to this ball fairly easily. Playing him a little shallow. But look where that ball was. It's right on the corner. Drove it nicely the other direction.
Now Cervelli, who struck out in the 2nd. One of 3 punch-outs for Bumgarner, and Stephen Brault is getting ready.
Well, the Pirates have a rather large bullpen, so they might as well use it. A lot of numbers down there.
Nunez takes care of Cervelli. 2 down, and it will bring up Jordy Mercer.
Pretty much got himself on a roll, hasn't he?
He's given up 3 hits. The Pirates had base runners first 3 innings, stranded 5.
A lot of flyouts so far. Gotten some nice soft contact in the air. Freeze is the only one that seems to be got that ball to center field was fairly deep. And isn't he the one that hit the ball off the fence that Pence played very well?
Jordy Mercer's home run last night is 10th of the year. Gave the Bucks a 9-3 lead. They went on to win it 10-3. 2-2 count on Mercer. Bumgarner 3-4 in his career and 7 starts against the Pirates, including that wild card game. Stephen Brault warmed up and now back in the dugout. And Tyone on deck. I have to assume that if Mercer got on, I don't know. If Brault was warming up in the first place, he was warming up because just in case Tyone's spot came up. Tyone will pitch the bottom of the 4th after all. 1-2-3 go the Bucks. Coming up August 2nd, all backpacks sold this year include a voucher for 2 Pirates tickets and autographed baseballs from a current Bucco and a Pirates alumni. Grand Slam backpacks also include a home white Pirates jersey signed by a player of your choice. Proceeds benefit local cancer support organizations like Glimmer of Hope. They help local women in their fight against breast cancer. So coming up on August the 2nd, you can watch the game and contribute or head out to PNC Park. Will be set up for you to purchase your backpacks right on site. Madison Bumgarner, a 1-1 count. And Madison Bumgarner with a base hit. Let's go back to Rob King for the studios and a game break. Well, thank you, Rob. That after the Rockies had come back late to tie it, Trevor Story's home run in the 8th inning. Paul DeYoung homered in the 1st for the Cardinals to give them a 2-0 lead. So St. Louis beats the Rockies for a second straight game. Last night 8-2. Tonight 3-2. Brewers shut out Washington. Cardinals also have placed Dexter Fowler on the disabled list. Adam Wainwright goes on the DL with back tightness. So they really needed that win. We got bad news earlier.
Like kind of tough right now to figure out what's going to happen here in this Central, isn't it? Just
Cardinals started the day a game and a half back of the Pirates.
it's like a new story every day.
Yeah.
New theme for the day, constantly popping up. There's an awful lot of baseball. A third of the season left to go.
3-1 count on Span. Division standings right now.
Very jumbled up.
Cubs winning at Wrigley. The Brewers shut out the Nationals. And you just saw Rob King give you the report on the Cardinals victory. Under the glove of Josh Bell, and Bumgarner will wind up at third. And nobody out.
Ball hit sharply. But that's one that Bell needs to at least knock down. Keep in the infield. Base hit by the score.
The Pirates have not played well tonight defensively behind Tyone, that is for sure. Plays that have not been made. To contribute to this 6-0 lead. And now, interestingly enough, it's A.J. Schugel up in the Pirates bullpen. So you have to wonder, did Stephen Brault, when he started to warm up, did he not feel right and shut him down? This in the air to right field. This is trouble. Another run in. And with Osuna having a little bit of trouble grabbing it, a second run will score.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. This is not a picture-perfect defensive effort. Osuna did the right thing out there, I think, and he acknowledged to himself, I'm not going to catch this ball, so I'm going to lay off. Look for some kind of a rebound, but then he just missed it. The ball ended up hitting him in the ankle. And then Bell, in my opinion, it was a very slow relay. You know, and as this ball's coming to you, we're not going to see it, but he's got to be getting into a position to throw. You have to have your body turn, your shoulders turn, your hips turn as you're fielding the ball. See, he's facing, his chest is facing the outfield as he's catching that ball. That's not a throwing position unless you're throwing to second base. If you're throwing the ball to second base, now you're in throwing position. But now after he catches it, now he has to turn to make the throw to the plate. You got to be already in your windup, so to speak, as the ball is hitting your glove. That's how you make a good, one of those fast relay throws. You watch how Mercer does it, how Jay Hay does it.
Well, they're just teeing off now. And the route is on in San Francisco. 9-0 as Belt doubles.
A lot of these pitchers don't seem to be in horrible spots. That ball is not in the middle of the plate, and it gets ripped. They're having a very good plate coverage. See, that ball's on the outside part of the plate, maybe even on the outside corner. And he goes out and hooks it, not on the ground, but in the air.
Early exit for Tyone.
Presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Well, the worst start for Jamison Tyone for certain. 9 runs and 3+ 9 hits. One of those runs unearned. Stephen Brault is in the dugout. Was loosening up last inning, then sat down, so that makes you wonder. Instead of Brault, it's Schugel.
Take a look at Schugel's numbers on the year. In his 5 games up here, he's been extended. As you can see, he's got 8 innings. A couple of walks, 6 strikeouts. Has pitched well. Did a great job, I thought, last year, Greg.
Yep.
So a little surprised he didn't make the team out of spring training because of what he did last season. But he's here now. Did good work against left-handed hitters last year with the changeup.
Posey in a little bit of pain after that. He's 2 for 2. Giants and their fans have not had a whole lot to cheer about this year, but they are enjoying this one. Bell's night just continues well, they get the out there and saving him an error. And he is just all out of sorts at first tonight.
That's a good job by Schugel when he saw that the ball was not handled. A lot of times when you're breaking off the mound, you have a tendency then to throw on the brakes and stop. But he never broke stride and was there in plenty of time so that Jay had somebody to give the ball to, and it ended up going through all the way to him.
Now the infield in, Brandon Crawford. And back to Schugel. Left-handed batter retired.
Nicely done. A little soft contact. Pence probably glad the curveball's out of the game.
Pence 0 for 2. The real troubles for the Pirates began in that second inning. Back-to-back hits from Posey and Crawford, and then Pence hit the ground ball to Josh Bell. The Pirates should have gotten at least one out at second, but Bell threw the ball into left field. Posey scored. Later, Crawford would score on a ground out. 2 in the second, 4 in the third, and 3 more here in the fourth. Hunter Pence, who was taught in college by Josh Bell's mom. Studied finance. University of Texas, Arlington. 3-1 now on Pence. Texas natives. Hunter Pence and Josh Bell. And a strike. And who knows what the future holds for Pence and many other San Francisco Giants. Trade deadline coming up Monday, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Pence is signed through next year. Now 34 years old. And a big part of their postseason success.
Well, sometimes it's a little difficult to move some of your older players because of how much money they're making. You're going to offer to throw some cash there the other team's way.
Sing-eye single. And 10 on the board for the Giants.
Make those trades sometimes if you want something back, you're going to have to pay some of that salary. And it might be what the Giants are looking at. Several of these players, if they do want to move them. 1, 2, 3. 3 hopper up the middle.
Closes the book. Tyone 10 runs, 9 earned.
That'll put a big hit on the ERA.
An ERA that would have been good for 5th, I believe, in the National League if he had had enough innings to qualify. Run average coming in just over 3, 308. Now over 4, 403. Joe Panic triple into the right center gap in the third. It was moments after they got Hunter Pence to pop out for the second out of the inning. And Pence reaches second on the wild pitch.
Change up. Kind of odd the way that's ball squirted out sideways. It looked like it came up and got the chest protector, but made a right turn after that. Or a left turn, I guess, if you're the baseball.
Happy ice cream sundae or hot fudge sundae.
Hot fudge sundae
day
in the United States.
Yes, all over the world.
All over the world. They brought us hot fudge sundaes earlier today.
Happy hot fudge sundae day.
They're selling hot fudge sundaes all over the stadium for 50% off tonight. You know who would love to have a hot fudge sundae? Mr. B, Mr. Blass.
Oh yeah.
You know, every day, I guess you can go on the internet. It's a day of something all the time.
Absolutely.
You know what
Every
Thursday
day
is?
What's Thursday?
You're going to think I'm making this
Creme
up.
brulee day.
And it's 2 days.
Yeah.
There's a creme brulee,
Yeah.
and there's something else that's a day too. Scotch.
He told me the same thing in
Oh,
the headset.
that's a dangerous mix, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Is that true? Is it really creme brulee day and Scotch day?
Yeah. Jason sent me the web page that he got from somewhere that actually listed that. It's odd that they put those two together.
Very, very odd. Yeah. Well, we have a moment. Let's go back to the studios for another game break with Rob. Well, they needed that one, Rob, because the surging Kansas City Royals won their 7th straight. So Cleveland stays a game and a half up on KC. And the Royals are the hottest team in baseball now with 7 straight wins, a 3-1 victory over the Tigers. And in right field, Osuna will make the catch. 10-0 Giants. TNT Park in San Francisco. Middle game of the series. Tonight's Allegheny Health Network injury update. Former Pirates closer Mark Melanson, signed as a free agent this winter by the Giants, has been on the DL since late June. Pronator strain, scheduled to throw a bullpen session this afternoon. Hopes to be ready before too long for a rehab, but they are not going to rush him. He's going to be around for a while as the Giants closer.
I was in high school. I strained my amateur.
Instead of the pronator?
Yeah, it was an amateur nator. What is a pronator anyway? Do you know?
Arm strain.
Professional nator.
Yeah. Adam Frazier, a pinch hitter with a base hit. Well, it's good to see Stephen Brault loosening in the bullpen. There's some concern there when he was back down, but he will be the pitcher to come on in the bottom of the fifth. Frazier pinch hitting for Schugel. Delivers a base hit against Madison Bumgarner. Fourth hit for the Pirates. Marte 0 for 2.
Well, he's definitely going to lose some traction tonight. Couldn't get on earlier before all the scoring, and now it's a little late to get on and run.
Toward right, and Pence might have had a little bit of trouble with the lights. Brings up Josh Harrison. Pirates are back home next week. The Reds are in town, and then the Padres. And on Saturday, August the 5th, first 20,000 fans will get a Pirates t-shirt thanks to Peoples as the Pirates host the Padres at 7:05. Before the game, a block party on Federal Street. Features alumni autographs and the Line and Kugel Bar. Get your tickets at pirates.com/free shirt Saturday. Jay Hay with those good career numbers against Bumgarner and has 1 for 2 tonight. And another hit.
Sometimes those career numbers just don't lie. A couple of hits and you get Freeze with a double. A deep fly out. Those are the two that have hit him in the past.
On the other side, Andrew McCutchen has struggled in his career against Bumgarner. Just 3 hits in 21 at bats.
Oh, Stewart's coming into the ball game. I'm talking with Brault about maybe how they're gonna.
Yeah, looks like it.
Work things.
We asked Clint Hurdle about Cervelli possibly catching tomorrow. Day game after a night game. He said it's a possibility.
Makes it seem more probable if he's going to take Cervelli out of this game now.
Cervelli would catch tomorrow.
Right, that's what I would guess if that's what happens.
Trevor Williams on the mound for the Bucks tomorrow, and looking as though they will need a big start from Williams because the key is to win these series. Here's Trevor Williams. Nissan Road ahead. Coming up on Wednesday afternoon, it is Jeff Samardzija on the mound for San Francisco. Even though he has an ERA over 5, always tough. Again, opposed by Trevor Williams for the concluding game of this series. The season series comes to an end. Remember, the Giants swept the Pirates in a 3-game set end of June, early July. And the Pirates came into tonight's game having won 7 straight here at AT Park and 12 of their last 15. McCutchen with 1,407 career hits, 17th in Pirates history. 2 behind Jason Kendall, who's 16th on the list. Bumgarner gets him again.
Slow curveball. Bumgarner has not shown velocity tonight, but it certainly hasn't hampered him at all. As that 3/4 delivery gives that breaking ball a lot of sweep.
David Freese at the plate. He and Bumgarner are just 2 of 7 players to have won League Championship Series MVPs and World Series MVPs in the same year. Quite a distinction. Bumgarner, that historic run in 2014. Of course, postseason hero in 2011 was David Freese for the Cardinals. Cole Hamels, Livan Hernandez, Oral Hershiser, Darrell Porter, and Willie Stargell, the others to have won League Championship Series MVPs and World Series MVPs. And those numbers that don't lie continue as David Freese drives in a run and a little stumble by Pence. David Freese 2 for 3, and the Pirates are on the board.
Jay and Freese. We need some more people to join this party. And it better be a block party because we need 9 runs.
Freese with a 7-game hitting streak now. And hitting over 400 on this road trip. 3rd time up for Bell. Having struck out looking in the 2nd and flied out to end the 3rd. Two and 0 on Bell. .55 runs batted in. Bell, 3 hits and 5 at bats last night with an RBI and a run scored. Was hit safely in 14 of his last 17 ball games. John Jaso not starting tonight. I guess we could take a look at career numbers against Samardzija and predict who might be in that lineup tomorrow. A little soft hit ball to the right side. Bucks get 1. Down 10-1.
10-1 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Well, Francisco Cervelli has exited the game in favor of Chris Stewart, and he was our guest tonight. On Twitter Tuesday, he was asked by Diane Walters, if he weren't an MLB catcher, what job would you most likely be doing?
I don't see myself doing anything else right now because I know baseball's gonna be done, but I don't know. I don't like anything else. This is life, bro. This is life.
Well, that's a pretty open and honest answer from Francisco Cervelli. I don't think a lot of people may realize just how young these kids are when they start baseball, and they work so hard at it for so many years, Greg, to make their way here. They really don't think about anything else. Or maybe a relationship counselor, perhaps, in his future. What do you think?
Yeah, he's got off to a good start in that regard. Robbie, he says, this is life, bro. Adam Frazier stays in the game at second. And as Robbie said, Chris Stewart now behind the plate, and Stephen Brault on the mound.
Remember, Steve asked me that question years ago when he was interviewing me for the radio pregame that they were having.
And asked you what you would do if you weren't playing baseball. And you said?
Well, Rooker had tipped me off that what his question was going to be so I could think of something. I told him I'm an archaeologist.
Did he buy it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the whole interview went on and on about archaeology, and I just made up a bunch of stuff off the top of my head.
Did you ever fess up then later? Did he ever confront you at all?
Yeah, days later after it played.
Days later?
Yeah, after it played. Yeah.
I wondered if you waited until you became a broadcaster and said, you know, Steve, remember when you interviewed?
I think what happened probably was, as it was playing for the pregame, he probably noticed that Rook was laying on the floor laughing. That probably tipped him off.
Madison Bumgarner, a 4-pitch walk to lead off against Stephen Brault.
I think I told him I like being outside, digging stuff up. I mean, it was just totally nonsense. But you know how those interviews go. You just like you're not real sure.
Oh, yeah.
So you just keep asking the questions, and it keeps going in that direction. Steve's main concern, I'm sure, back then was, did it take?
Yes, right. Doran, can you check this?
Yeah,
did it take?
Did it take?
I've got to run to the TV booth and check the grid.
Had one of those big old recorders.
Yep, reel to reel.
Great big buttons. You had to press play, record, same time.
Kelby Tomlinson on deck and a pinch hit for Nunez. He's still feeling that bruise on the left elbow. Or perhaps, you know, this is the time of year that you check those dugouts and see if you get any hugs. And Nunez is rumored to be heading somewhere, perhaps to Boston. The Red Sox called up their prized rookie yesterday, and he's making his major league debut.
Everybody makes a big thing out of if somebody gets scratched out of it before it's.
Rafael Devers starting tonight for the first time at third base for Boston. Uh-oh. Well, he is getting the hugs. So maybe it has played out. Frank Wren again with the Red Sox is on hand here. Apparently, Eduardo Nunez is going to be on the move. Larry Baird, the president, longtime president of the San Francisco Giants. This team has had just a wonderful run of success under that man. 3 World Series in 5 years. They're not used to this.
That really has been an incredible time up here for Bruce Bochy. Reading today that since they've moved to San Francisco, he's been the longest tenure, the Giant manager. Was that since about like 57, 58?
They moved here in 58. Yep. He has garnered so much respect.
It was
as
a
manager of the Padres and
yeah,
with
I was
the
going to
Giants.
say when he was with the Padres, he was always thought of as one of the best, and then he came up here and really solidified that for sure.
And of course, Kung Fu Panda, Pablo Sandoval, cult hero here for a time. He was recently signed after he was released, DFA'd by the Boston Red Sox, and he's now playing in the minor leagues. They anticipate giving Pablo Sandoval a shot once again at third base. Heck, we may see him here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Apparently, Eduardo Nunez has been dealt tonight by the looks of things. Tomlinson pinch hitting for him. 3-2. And Brault gets the strikeout. Back-to-back Ks after the walk to Bumgarner. Stephen Brault's second outing with the Pirates since he was called up.
A ton of success at AAA level this year. See if he can bring that up here with him.
His last 13 games at Indianapolis, he had a 1.45 ERA. It was 8-1 as a starter at Indy. Giving up 12 earned runs in 75 innings.
Yeah, that's a nice long stretch.
Yeah. That's not a small sample size. Looking as though Madison Bumgarner's night is done after 5 innings. Two-0 count on Belt. We've got the bullpen working. It's been a long time since Bumgarner has gotten a victory. Of course, he spent the 3 months on the disabled list, but looking for his first win of the year. 0-6 in his first 6 starts this season. Bumgarner received a total of 10 runs of support in his first 6 starts this year, and he's got 10 tonight. Two on Belt, another rumored player to perhaps be moving between now and Monday. Probably very few players are off limits on this team. Line to right, Brandon Belt with his second hit. Into the corner it goes. Bumgarner will be held at third as Osuna gets it in.
Talking about their League and World Series MVP trophies.
Yep, exactly right.
Both guys were talking about earlier. They're in the same shot. And that was a shot down in the corner. They're just wanting Bumgarner to basically just kind of firm jog is all they would like to see him do right now.
Belt, second double of the night. Madison Bumgarner. Leadoff walk. He has been on base twice. Has allowed the 1 run on 6 hits. Ray Searage, a visit to the mound to talk to Stephen Brault. Posey, 2 of the 11 hits for the Giants. Brault made his big league debut last year with the Pirates. Several games pitched. Made 7 starts. Came up July the 5th, made his big league debut in St. Louis that night. Sent back down and came back up a second time the end of July of last year. Started against the Brewers. And did not return after it was sent down after that start until the end of August. .486 ERA, 0-3 at the major league level. This former 11th round pick of the Orioles, traded to the Pirates before the 2016 season for Travis Snyder. Oh, hit hard. Oh no, it hits Ed Hickox. And the ball deflects to Mercer. Wow, they've got to check. That knocks him down. Wow. My goodness, that was hit so hard. It's a dead ball now.
Yeah, he called the trainer out.
Jeez, I can't believe he got up.
It had to hurt him. Usually you don't see umpires call out a trainer. He motioned him.
Wow. Ball, dead ball right after the ball hits the umpire. Ball is dead, so it's
I thought he was calling the trainer.
Just telling the umpire.
I saw him moving his hand like to
belt, get back.
To the trainer to come out here. I need you to look at me. Wow, that just smoked him.
Is right. That's a tough man there. Ed Hickox going to stay in the ball game and just bounce right back up. Boy. Chief Jerry Meals. So a base hit for Posey, and now they're loaded for.
Must have a guard underneath there, huh?
I don't think so.
No.
Posey 3 hits in this game. That's pretty impressive. He just bounced right back up. And the trainer comes out, talks to him briefly, and heads back to the dugout. Let's go. Let's move on. Oh, man, is he feeling that right now.
Don't show pain.
Nope. Buster Posey, not sure what happened there, or didn't know where to go. No RBI, he gets the hit.
It looked like he thought he was out.
Yeah.
I wonder if he saw that.
Maybe he didn't see it hit the umpire.
Just like he had turned to go back to the dugout.
2-2 on Crawford. 3-2. See Crawford at the plate with the bases loaded. How can you not think about that grand slam? The wild card game. That one swing, and you pretty much knew it was over the way Bumgarner was pitching. And fouled away. Bumgarner pitching the complete game shutout that night at PNC Park. What a postseason that was for him. Chris Stratton was just called up from the minors. Line to Bell. Crawford lines out. Ed Hickox. 10-1 Giants. Great shots from the Allegheny Health Network Super Mo, but not so great score. 10-1 Giants. Kelby Tomlinson pinch hit for Eduardo Nunez and stays in the game at third, and the new pitcher is Chris Stratton, also a new catcher, and that is Nick Hundley. So a new battery.
Well, the Pirates have already got Cervelli out of the game. I would imagine they might rest a couple of their other guys before tonight's over. Being 10-1.
Bumgarner goes 5 innings, gives up a run on 6 hits. One of the hits, a double by Jose Osuna, who also lined out to right. Saw the Stratton numbers. A couple games for the Giants earlier this season. 5.11 ERA at AAA for Chris Stratton. Strikes out Osuna. Use your PNC Pirates card when buying Pirates tickets. Save $5 on select seats to Sunday through Thursday home games. Plus, get $5 in loaded value good for concessions and merchandise. You can go to pirates.com/ Pirates card for your tickets. Bucks back home next Tuesday. First game of the homestand that has the Reds, Padres, and Tigers coming in. The Yankees beat the Reds tonight 4-2 in New York interleague game. One-time Yankee, one-time Giant. Chris Stewart, his first at bat. And on the lowdown, you see some other scores. Dodgers looking to win again. Got that bad news yesterday about Clayton Kershaw out 4 to 6 weeks. And Maeda started, went 5 innings tonight for the Dodgers. A wild win for the Cardinals. Walking it off against the Rockies.
You know, one way you would think, well, okay, they lost their ace for maybe a month and a half. They'll probably be active, try to get another pitcher, but they have such a big cushion that they also could think, well, we can get through a month and a half with the pitching we have. They do have decent depth. Curious to see what the Dodgers do.
Yeah, that depth is still it's still a little iffy because you got guys like Rich Hill, who
early in the year they were like using a 6-man rotation.
Yeah. They just put Brandon McCarthy on the disabled list.
That's what they would do. They'd put guys on and off. They had 10-day DL. Maeda, for instance, he threw a one-hit shutout against us, and then went on the DL 2 days later because he had tightness in his leg. So it's, you know, they were kind of playing games a little bit with that DL early on. It looked like, anyway, just so they could rotate guys in and out of the rotation.
So Stratton has a 1-2-3 6th. Coasting game 2 of this series. Jameson Taillon went just 3+, gave up 10 runs, 9 earned, 9 hits. Jose Osuna has moved from right field to left. Starling Marte goes into center. John Jaso out in right. Second inning of work for Brault. He faces Hunter Pence.
Brault's kind of having a little bit of difficulty finding the strike zone tonight. So 36 pitches and 20 of them have been balls.
Frazier, second baseman, drops it.
Wish it was an infield fly.
Well, this has been an ugly game for the Pirates for sure. Scoreboard reflects it, and just the second error charged to the Pirates, but they have played poorly. Not getting outs.
Hit him on the heel of the hand. Why it didn't stick.
Panik had the big hit, the triple that cleared the bases in the third. Gave the Giants a 6-0 lead. Brault. That's the double play. So a rough start for Jameson Taillon. But before the game, Matthew McClay on our Point Park University tweeted this out. Celebrating cancer-free with an autograph ball from another survivor. Jameson Taillon autograph ball. Matthew McClay tweeted that picture out. Two outs in the sixth. Stewart now catching Brault. Hernandez, a couple of ground outs, a fly out.
Looked like Hernandez tried to check up there. Kind of stopped the bat and then, no, nice one. Let it go all the way through.
A couple of different stints with the Pirates for Gorkis Hernandez. He has traveled a lot of major league cities, played in Mexico for a time, bounced around several organizations. He's familiar certainly with Indianapolis, where Stephen Brault played most of last year and all of this season before he was called up on Saturday. Indianapolis played Rochester tonight in Indy. Tyler Glasnow won again. Glasnow going 7 innings, 1 run, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, 4 hits. He is 6-0 with a 1.46 ERA. Began the year in the Pirates rotation. Remember in spring training, he and Stephen Brault, Trevor Williams involved in a battle for a spot. They decided to keep Trevor Williams, have him be a bullpen piece, and Glasnow in the rotation, and Brault was optioned to the minors. Frazier on the first for the out. 6 innings complete. 10-1 Giants. AT Sportsnet would like to welcome Blue Ridge Communications viewers in the Ephrata area. Thanks for watching and cheering on your Pirates. All of us at AT Sportsnet and the Pirates appreciate your support. So Kelby Tomlinson moves out into left. Ortiz Hernandez moves from left to center as Adam Frazier fouls the pitch back. It's 1-1. Connor Gillespie is now at third. Adam Frazier pinch hit in the fifth against Bumgarner and singled, stayed in the game to play second. Chris Stratton at a 1-2-3 sixth.
Nice no pressure situation for Stratton to come into here.
And down the line and left, Frazier is aboard with a double. He's 2 for 2. Didn't start, but on base twice.
Slash that one down the line.
Seventh hit for the Bucks. Marte hitless in 3 at bats. Bumgarner went 5. Will win his first game of the season. And the Giants will get their 40th W of the year. Marte with 8 hits, 22 at bats on the trip. You're wondering about Samardzija tomorrow and who might have good career numbers against him. Might tip us off as to who would be in the lineup. Marte 286 lifetime. McCutchen is 405 in his career against Samardzija. John Jaso 3 for 7 with a home run against him. So good chance you'll see Jaso in the outfield.
Marte has been a pretty active part of our offense on the days, nights that it has clicked since he's been back. 0 for 3 tonight. The offense not doing much.
A nice backhand play by the new third baseman. Gillespie just gets Marte.
A good job by Marte getting down that line at 10-1 ball game. He did not back off at all. Made it tough on him. A nice pick over at first base. Half a step.
Brendan Belt over there. Stephen Brolt gets an at bat.
Go multiple innings tonight. Save the bullpen.
I wondered if they might pinch hit Max Moroff. He is the one position player still available. You have to figure that because the bullpen has not been used as much as maybe they had thought in Denver, they brought up an extra reliever just in case, and they kept Brault and an extra man. And there is a base hit for Stephen Brault, who has talked often about how much he enjoys this part of the game.
He played the outfield in college.
Yep. So that is his third career hit in 9 major league at bats.
Got a center cut fastball that was about belt high. Stayed inside of it, poked it through the other side, the other way. If you're going to be a starting pitcher, you certainly have to know how to contribute on the offense. And that is Brault's goal, to be a starter.
John Jaso's first at bat. Good time for him to get out of an 0 for 26 slump. Blocked by Hundley.
Hit some balls well up in Denver, but a lot of atom balls. Right at him. Just thought we went from the highest ballpark to one of the absolute lowest.
Quite a contrast.
Just a couple feet from the water.
Ball jumps out
right field.
Denver and the huge outfield at altitude. This ballpark has had the fewest homers hit, and 2 of the teams in the National League that have hit the fewest home runs. Although it'll likely play smaller tomorrow in the afternoon. Look out, Robbie. Robbie was toward the cameraman down there, Robbie. Keith. There they are. Uh-oh, maybe it knocked his mic out. A foul ball.
Another chance.
Uh-oh.
Get it,
Robbie,
Rob. Get it, jump on it. Oh, I got
Yes.
it. Hey, we knew he'd get
That
one.
is pretty cool. We actually saw.
Do I give it to a Giants fan or a Pirate?
Wait a
They're
minute.
all Giants fans.
Describe what's going through your mind right now as you look at the fans and you're trying to pick out. What are you trying to do?
I'm going to give it to Kelby Tomlinson Jr. right here.
Well, he doesn't need a Kelby Tomlinson's kid doesn't need a baseball.
No, he looks like Kelby Tomlinson.
Oh.
I'm just
Look
kidding.
At this young man.
But how about a Bucco fan?
I don't have any Pirate fans here, though.
Well, now you can't not give it to the kid.
I'm committed to doing this. Here you go, young man. Kelby Jr. Anybody ever tell you look like Kelby Tomlinson? Did anybody ever tell you look like Kelby Tomlinson on the Giants?
Yeah.
Like hearing that?
Is that
Yeah.
is that intentional?
Do you wear those glasses because you look like him?
No, I just wear them.
He just wears them. He does. Doesn't he look like him?
He does, absolutely.
He's wearing a Buster Posey jersey.
We'll take a look at this again. Robbie's
Watch the form here.
Look at Rob.
He sees
Hey,
it
look
coming.
at how intent he is. Yeah, back at, yeah. Keith is going to be the front man, protect him.
He was hiding.
Oh, man.
Robbie, you were
they
hiding.
Had to do that, didn't you? They replayed this in slow-mo. Scott Bonnet, our esteemed equipment manager, is mad he didn't get over here to watch that slow-mo. Sorry, Bones, you missed it. We're live on the air right now, okay?
Good job, Robbie. Bailed.
Bailed, he says.
Yeah.
Good job, Robbie.
Get roasted
Bailed.
by the equipment guy, whatever. Just another day.
He could have put that in a. Found one of his baseball. I don't know whether he goes to a souvenir shop, Bones, to pick up those. He keeps it in plastic, or is that glass?
Oh, you know what? Robbie forgot to have that ball authenticated.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Robbie.
There is an
What's up?
authenticator down there, isn't there?
They need to have that one authenticated. There was an official ball that.
Then it
Robbie
could be
picked up.
encased. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah, he's on the other end. I can't get to him.
Okay. You know, I mean, sometimes you got to go the extra mile, but that's all right.
That kid did thank you, didn't he? The Tomlinson kid. Robbie?
What's that, Greg? I didn't hear you.
He did thank you, didn't he?
Yeah, very
Okay.
very nice young
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Kelby's done well for himself.
Yep. Kelly Tomlinson, who replaced Eduardo Nunez as a pinch hitter earlier. And there are reports now that indeed the Red Sox have acquired Eduardo Nunez. Four homers, 31 RBIs, 18 steals. Yep, today. Freeze bounces it to Crawford for an inning-ending double play.
Sportsnet is brought to you by the Chevy Tracks and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
This day in Pirates history brought to you by Day Automotive. John Candelaria would face the minimum as the Bucks beat the Atlanta Braves 8-0 on this day in 1982. John Candelaria. 10-1 ball game here in San Francisco on the UPMC scoreboard, going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bill Madlock, Jason Thompson, and Dave Parker would also each drive in 2 runs in that ball game. And Wednesday after post game, on AT Sportsnet. Very special edition, a 1-hour edition of Inside Pirates Baseball, peeling back the contrasting layers of maybe the most gifted Pirate of all time, the Cobra. Rare combination of power and speed. Once a physical giant, a rare disease now strips his health. Explore the life of a man of great contrast. Inside Pirates Baseball, Dave Parker Cobra debuts Wednesday night, July 26th, after a post game. Here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Nick Hundley will lead things off with the Giants winning big. Hundley's first at bat.
Brault certainly getting a workout tonight, up over 50 pitches. Obviously one of the reasons they brought him into this game at that point where they did. Let him get extended. Good starting. So odd to have one of our starters leave early anymore.
Yeah. Just 3+ for Tyone tonight.
Yep. You just got to go back and get him tomorrow. It'll be the rubber match.
Clint Hurdle and bench coach Tom Prince. Pirates lost 2 of 3 in Denver to start this trip. And we'll need that win on Wednesday afternoon to win this series before heading to San Diego. Past the mound, Frazier there. Hundley the first out. Brault, despite 57 pitches and maybe not throwing as many strikes as he would like, has kept the Giants off the board since he entered the ball game in the 5th. This is Connor Gillespie's first plate appearance. And that's picked by Bell, and there's a nice play by Josh Bell, who's had some trouble with his defensive work over there tonight. There's a nice play to get the second out.
A lot of action over there tonight. The balls have been hit that direction. And this one is going to be right on the chalk line, going down that line. Able to snag it.
And Marte, 1, 2, 3. head to the 8th, 10-1 Giants.
Fans attempt and fail to catch a foul ball at a baseball game like this one that took place on Friday. Well, it was no different here at AT Park. The fan tried it, watched it fall all the way down to the lower deck, very upset, but was wearing a Dwayne Kuiper jersey. So what did Dwayne Kuiper do? He walked down himself and personally delivered the fan an autographed baseball. Dwayne Kuiper is a former Giant player and current broadcaster, along with Mike Krukow. And here's what's pretty funny. First of all, not only did he sneak in kind of undercover, the fan recognized who he was, obviously made the fans' night. But the signature on there that Kuiper wrote was, quote, "Nice catch." And he sent it to Dwayne Kuiper. How about that? Having a little fun with the fans. Speaking of foul ball, since we're on the topic tonight, there's Kuiper on the left right there with Mike Krukow.
Oh, they're two really
big
guys, too, aren't they, Robbie?
Yeah, very much so. Real nice, cool. Pretty cool moment, too, of what was, you know, a little bit of an embarrassing situation on a whiff on a foul ball, which I, unfortunately, am an expert in myself.
Well, those two are notorious for ripping on fans for dropping flags. I mean, they're relentless, and fans know it. They, the Kuip and Kruk expect Giants fans to make the plays, and when they don't, they let them have it. So that was pretty neat.
I like the way he just kind of snuck in next to him and sat down.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like he was going to kind of console whoever it was. Like, hey, you know, I thought you had it. Whatever he was saying, and then up with the baseball, and then the fan realized who was giving him that ball. That was a neat moment. Bell with a line drive, base hit.
Bell's first hit, so his hitting streak at 6 straight games. Jose Osuna is 1 for 3. And he has another hit.
The Pirates are in double figures in hits. They're only 2 behind the Giants in the hit department, but that doesn't count.
They've left 9 men on through the first 7 innings.
Going with an outside pitch.
There is Chris Stewart, his second at bat, struck out in the 6th. So you would think that with Cervelli getting most of the night off, that he would be in there tomorrow to catch Trevor Williams. Chris Stewart got most of the catching duties in 2011 when Buster Posey got hurt, that home plate collision that ended Posey's 2011 campaign. And then it was Chris Stewart who did most of the catching the second half of that year. Buster Posey. Rest of the night off for him.
Pretty good combination. Great defense. One of the better hitters in the league. Very valuable item for the Giants.
Posey with 3 hits tonight, 2 hits last night, so his batting average came in to tonight's action 6th in the league. And he's now batting .326. He's raised it 5 points. Stewart down on strikes for a second time. And now Max Moroff will bat. Moroff hits for Mercer. All 4 extra men off the bench will play tonight.
Knock somebody in, Max. I guess Max should have been the one that came up with the smart hitting. Huh?
Yep.
Made more sense.
Is this the 3rd year of smart hitting? Stewart start that?
Yeah, I think so.
Wade LeBlanc. A pitch the 8th. Chris Stratton. After Baumgartner went 5, this is the 3rd inning for Stratton. He struck out 3, walked a man. Has given up 4 hits. And Moroff with the base hit to load the bases.
Nice sharp single by Max. Isn't the Grinch's dog named Max?
Yes.
I like that dog. One of my favorite characters from that movie, the show. The show, not the movie. You know, the original.
Oh. The Christmas special?
Yeah.
Cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon one.
Now, was his name Max in the cartoon?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I asked you, and you said yes.
Well, because I thought you were talking about the movie.
No, I didn't.
Jim
really
Carrey.
Watch that.
I didn't know in the cartoon that the Grinch actually named, said anything about Max. I don't remember that name being uttered in the cartoon.
No, you
Christmas
don't
special.
remember that very well.
No, have to look that up.
You just stick to the Peanuts cartoons.
We'll have to ask Jason Steele to look that up and confirm that. Line to center. Sacrifice fly for Frazier.
Jason responded. Did you hear his response?
He says, I'm right.
No, he said, I'll get right on that.
No, he said, I think you're right on that.
The dog's name is Max. Sure of it. Put a little antler on his head.
Yeah, I remember the movie. I just don't remember him
being Max.
the cartoon. Yeah. First appeared in the book The Hubbub and the Grinch in 1955. Maybe you were actually reading the book. That's what it was.
Who was the little girl? I'm just testing your knowledge here. That needed the drink of water to send it back to bed.
Cindy Boo-Hoo. Cindy Boo-Hoo?
Cindy. Oh, now you got. I thought it was Susie, but yeah, I think Cindy is. Yeah, I think you're right.
Corey Guerin getting ready. One ball, 2 strikes on Starling Marte. Here we are in the 8th inning talking about the Grinch who stole Christmas.
Oh, well, it's late and we're losing 10-2.
Feeling like the Grinch. And that's going to drop in for a hit. That'll make Starling Marte smile a bit. RBI.
10-3 now. 4, 5.
Setting up for an epic
6.
comeback. Steven Brault.
He represents run number 6.
Ball 1.
What was the name of the mountain that Grinch lived on?
Oh, the mountain. Oh, stabbed by the pitcher. Brault is retired. Mount Crumpet.
Yeah. Very good.
Thanks, Jason.
Baseball on AT Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrow. Visit our brand new Kia showroom in Wexford. More vehicles than ever at the very best prices. And by LeViz, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop LeViz. Let's go, Bucks!
Wade LeBlanc pitching this bottom of the 8th inning. Max Moroff remains in the ball game after pinch hitting for Jordy Mercer. And hugging the line foul.
Wade's numbers on the year.
Clint Hurdle told him to completely wipe away that outing in Denver. A little broken bat flare and a nice little grab out there by Adam Frazier.
A good break on that ball. Nice job. What Jaso said to him there.
The pitcher Chris Stratton. Yes, he's decided his buddy's gone out of the ball game. He's heading home.
Heading on out. You know what is kind of odd is the Seagulls are not here.
No, they're not.
There's just like 4 or 5 of them flying around. There was hundreds last night about this time.
Now, why would that be?
I don't know. Probably because the Giants are winning, would be my guess.
What? He's looking.
Nicely done.
2 outs. I'll bet you when the Pirates come to bat next half inning, we'll start to see dozens. I mean, in the next 5 minutes. Oh, this juggler.
He was very successful in the foul ball wars. The 3 of them. Look at the concentration. Can you juggle, Chris?
No.
Ever tried?
I have tried.
No, I've tried and I can't do it. I end up like the ball's leading me. I have to walk after them and chase them. Before you know it, I'm jogging, and you can't juggle when you're jogging. I can't throw them straight up, so they come right back down. I always got a little, always way out in front of me. Hey, you know what I was thinking with the Max? Next time we have a pup night, I'm going to have a list of cartoon dog questions for you, trivia questions.
Cartoon dog trivia questions.
Yes.
I like that.
I already have one thought up.
But not going to bring it up now?
No,
Okay.
but I've got one in my mind right now.
You mean the next pup night you're going to do this?
Pup night, yeah.
Okay.
Cartoon dog trivia question.
And a base hit for Crawford into the corner. Crawford's second hit. By the way, a lot of teams in professional sports did Christmas in July, including down in Morgantown, the Black Bears Christmas in July promotion, and some Point Park University tweets, some photos from that night down in Morgantown. So I guess we weren't off base talking about the Grinch.
No, I'm right on time with that.
Hunter Pence, another at bat. 2 outs, a man at second in the 8th. Tyone, Schugel, Brault, and LeBlanc. What's your favorite Christmas movie? Is it The Grinch? And Pence to the wall. 11-3.
When I was a kid, it was probably the Rudolph, Yukon Cornelius,
Oh, yeah.
and the crew.
Yep.
But now as an adult, it has to be Christmas Vacation and Chevy Chase. That's pretty much classic.
Yes.
Hit pretty hard out into the gap.
Joe Panic. To first. And the last out, and 3 more outs put this one to bed. One to look forward to Miller time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. All Giants. When you look at 2 of the worst losses, blowout losses the Pirates have had this year have been against the Giants. They took it to Garrett Cole and the Pirates on June the 30th at PNC Park, won 13-5. Collected 18 hits. Here they're leading 11-3 with 14 hits. Cole lasted 5 1/3 innings, gave up 7 runs in that game. And tonight, Jamison Tyone, 3+ innings, 10 runs on 9 hits. John Jaso walked in the 7th. A fly ball to center for the first out. Pretty big ball game now coming up on Wednesday afternoon. Pirates-Giants wrapping up this 3-game series. Trevor Williams starts against Jeff Samardzija. Coverage here on AT&T Sports Net begins at 3 with Pirates pregame presented by W.B. Mason. David Freese 2 hits and 4 at bats. Pirates are going to lose a game to both the Brewers and Cubs. Milwaukee shut out Washington. Cubs beat the White Sox. And the Cardinals were winners. The Pirates going to drop to 3.5 back.
Tough one tonight, everybody.
Cardinals moved within a half game of the Pirates. They stay 4 behind Milwaukee.
Everybody in competition with has won tonight.
And now the Pirates down to their final out. Bell rolls it to second, and that is the ball game.
It was over early tonight. Only after the first 3 innings, Pirates fell behind 6-0, and the offense really never showed up tonight.
Jason Tyon, tough one for him tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough one for him. Plus, the defense wasn't very good. Also behind him, but that I don't think was the reason that the game got away. It just kind of added to the misery tonight. But it's over now, and as you just said, this is a big game tomorrow. We got to take 2 out of 3.
Go back to Pittsburgh. Rob King and Kevin Young.